Hello again, and welcome to another episode of Power Moves, where we find ways to level up in our career, level up in our finances, and level up in life in general. How are you all doing this evening? It's so good to see everyone again. We're going to get into our topic shortly. I just wanted to say if you're watching this on YouTube, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Also, if you are watching it on any other platforms, chime in. Let me know what you're thinking. I'm trying to see if I can see all of the live comments as I go. I'm doing this on a laptop, so I'm not quite sure if that's possible. But if you do comment and I don't comment back, just know I will catch up with you after this is over. Okay, tonight I wanted to talk about judgmental mentalities, or as I put in a new word I made, judgmentality. Okay. And first, I wanted to designate between making a judgment and being judgmental, because making judgments is not inherently bad. Okay. It's when you're being judgmental that things become kind of negative. So here is the difference. The dictionary defines judgment as forming an opinion or conclusion about. And that's actually a good life skill to have. There's nothing inherently wrong about making a judgment after you've gathered data and kind of listened to what you need to listen to, and come to a conclusion. That's a good thing. But judgmental is having or displaying an excessively critical point of view. And that's not what we want to do. We don't want to be judgmental or excessively critical. We want all positivity. All right. So those are the differences between judgment and judgmental. And I just wanted to kind of go over what makes being judgmental such a negative thing. Why is it? I mean, we'll go over what you can do to get over judgmentalism and being judgmental. But here's what makes it so negative. It's because we're all on equal footing. We all have flaws. We all have personality traits and quirks and things of that nature. None of us is better than any other. All right. And we shouldn't see ourselves as such. All right. So we're all here on equal footing. Now, when you make a judgment about someone, you're assuming that you have all of the facts and you know their situation, which is completely impossible to see the full picture when you're on level with someone else. You only see what's in front of your eyes. In order to make a correct judgment or an accurate judgment about someone, you would need a bird's eye view so that you could see the complete situation and you could see all of the factors involved. And that's what makes judgmentalism, being judgmental, so bad, is because you're putting yourself, when you make a judgment about someone, you're putting yourself up here and assuming that you know the entire situation. The only being that occupies the space is God. Okay? And that's why they say only God can judge me, because only He sees all the facts. You will always be down here and never be able to make an accurate judgment about someone because you won't know all the facts. And that's what makes being judgmental such a negative thing. Now, how do you stop being judgmental? How do you right the ship and turn it around and go in the right direction? Well, number one, and I've said this in other videos as well, practice catch and release with your thoughts. So, again, I've said this in many other videos, but it bears repeating because it works. Anytime you notice your thoughts becoming too critical, stop, recognize the thought as negative, and then let it go. Better yet, replace the negative thought with a positive one. So if you continue to do this, if you continue to catch your negative, critical thoughts that you're having about people, you're going to eventually, it's going to become a habit. You're going to be able to stop, take that thought captive, recognize it for what it is, and then let it go. You keep practicing that, and you'll notice yourself become less and less judgmental. Okay? And if you replace your negative thought or your criticism with a positive one, you'll do yourself one better. Now you're making a habit of developing positive thoughts about those around you. Okay? Number two, recognize your triggers. Recognize your triggers. What happens right before you develop your critical thoughts? Was it something that was said that struck you as crass or stupid? Is their style of dress or lack of adequate clothing that bothers you? Remember, most of the things that we do in the moment don't completely define us as a person. Remind yourself that what you hear and see in the moment may be taken out of context, and making snap judgments about people, including yourself, doesn't benefit anyone. Okay? So, first, recognize your triggers. What happens before you judge someone or make a critical judgment about someone or have critical thoughts about someone? What is it that happens? Are they scantily clad? Are they not wearing the right clothing? Are they wearing messed up clothing? You shouldn't be judging anyone on their looks or their clothing, but if you are, you should recognize what leads to that so that you can combat that in the future and change your behavior. Okay? Remind yourself that what you hear and see in the moment may be taken out of context, meaning you're judging based on a singular situation. You've not known this person from birth. There's no way you'll be able to know what the future of this person is. All you know is what happened in the present. And if you judge based off of that, that's qualified as a snap judgment. And that's not what you want to do because you can't see the whole picture in the moment that you're in. So recognize your triggers. Number 3, be empathetic. And this sounds like, yeah, duh, everybody should know that. But we're not empathetic. We're not. It may be, it's like the golden rule, do you treat others the way you want to be treated? You know to do it, but do you really do it? Okay, so be empathetic. What is empathy? Let's define that. It's the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. And when you're judging people, you're not practicing empathy, okay? See them as a complete person and not just their speech or appearance. They may be having a bad day or a bad week. They may be acting a certain way due to trauma experienced or issues they may be having in their relationships. There could be any number of things that are contributing to their actions or behaviors. So try to understand where they are coming from. It always helps to try and put yourself in another person's shoes. It always helps to try and put yourself in another person's shoes. Think, why are they doing this? What are the possible reasons that they could be saying this or acting this way or exhibiting this type of behavior? Once you do that, your goal is to put yourself in the other person's shoes and feel what they're feeling. And when you're doing that, you are moving away from making judgments about them in the right direction. Okay? So be empathetic. Practice empathy. Number 4, accept them for who they are. You can't change people and you shouldn't be trying to. Unless it's someone you're in a loving relationship with and they have qualities or behaviors or exhibiting type of behaviors that may be causing negativity come in their life. Maybe they're doing things that continuously get them fired from their job. Maybe they're doing things that continually run people away and make people not want to be around them or enter into a friendship or relationship with them. Things of that nature. But for the most part, you should be accepting people as they are. And if you can't accept someone as they are, you can love them from afar and still accept them as they are. You don't have to involve them in your life if it means for you that it's going to cause negativity to come in your life or drama or things of that nature. If you just decided that you cannot be in relationship with this person, that's fine. It's okay to love someone from afar, but you should not be making it your main goal to change people. We're all different. We're all the way that God made us. We all have different qualities that make us, different qualities that help us to excel. We all have different qualities and quirks that make us different from one another. So accept people as they are. Accept them as they are. Get down from your high horse. It's not your job to change people. You may be able to advise them or even influence them if you're in a loving relationship with them and they trust you. But that should never be your primary goal. A big part of loving other human beings is accepting them for who they are. Note, that does not mean you should not maintain healthy boundaries. Loving people does not mean letting them walk all over you, but it does mean that you don't get to walk all over them. Okay? Next, you matter too. So stop judging yourself. Okay? Some people think, as long as they're judging other people, they're fine. But really, judging others leads to you judging yourself because you're teaching yourself to be critical, and that becomes a habit. And being critical does not have a specific target. That behavior will easily translate over to you being critical about yourself. Okay? So stop judging yourself. When you judge others, you're teaching yourself to be critical, and that usually carries over into how you view yourself. None of us are perfect. I know it's cliche, but it's true. It's something you should think about more often if you want to combat your negative self image. Are you consistently working on becoming a better person? If so, then that is all that matters. Okay. So, a lot of us pick ourselves apart and we do it so well that we don't even know that we're doing it. We don't even notice that we're doing it. Okay. And what you should know if you're a person that criticizes yourself and picks yourself apart is that there are people out there going through the same things as you, and you're not the only one. So don't criticize yourself as if you are not able to keep up with the Joneses, if you're not able to have sustain the lifestyle you want on the salary that you make, if your hair doesn't do what you want it to do, if your health is not all that great. Okay, there are lots of reasons for us to criticize ourselves, but they're not valid. They're not valid reasons at all. You should learn to accept yourself. And if that means you need to catch those negative thoughts and let them go and practice that over and over again, then that's what you need to do. But don't judge others. It could lead to you judging yourself. And that's not something you want. You are having, like I say all the time, your relationship with yourself will be the longest relationship of your life and the most important one of your life. And then so that's going to need for you to pay yourself and pay your relationship with yourself a little bit more attention. Okay? You matter too. Stop judging yourself. So tonight we went over the definitions of judgment and judgmental, and we went over different ways that we can turn our lives around and stop being judgmental towards others. Number one was to practice catch and release with your thoughts. Number two was to recognize your triggers. Number three was to be empathetic. Number four was to accept people for who they are. And number five was to stop judging yourself. Okay, I hope this helped a little bit. It has definitely helped me. I don't tend to be critical towards others, but I am, when I'm here and I'm, all alone and I'm watching television, whether it be the news, whether it be a movie, I practice criticism all day long. And I see where it creeps into my personal life and my relationship with myself as well, as inevitably it would, because that's how criticism works. And so some of these things really caught me by surprise and I had to think about them. But it's definitely helped me out, and I hope it helps some of you out. We will be back next Wednesday with another topic. If you would like to contact me between now and then, you can reach me at my website, which is KaronMack.com, KarenMack.com. You can reach me on Facebook at Karen Mack, on Instagram at Karen_Mack. I would love to hear from you. If you have ideas for the show, feel free to let me know. If you have a topic you want me to cover, feel free to let me know. And I will talk to you all again in another week. I hope you have a good rest of the week and a weekend, and I will talk to you soon.